What's up, everybody? Welcome to more rSpace. Breaking up with my 28 male girlfriend, 25 female, who shared my private pictures with her friends and ending up having better life. With update. We've been dating for 8 months. It is a long distance relationship. We have a great relationship, and she wanted to introduce me to her friends, and we had a Zoom call. She made a joke which hinted that I was well endowed. Her friends laughed, and one of them said, "I know." I was extremely uncomfortable. After the call, I talked to her about it, and she said she had talked to them about it, and I pressed a little, and she confessed that a few of them may have seen a few pictures I had sent her because she had been drunk and she got the text at the bar. She said I should get over it, as I have nothing to be embarrassed about, and they were all jealous of her. It makes me want to puke. I just feel bad about myself. I don't want those to be shared. I think I may be insecure about this. I feel like she sees me as a piece of meat rather than her boyfriend. It is breaking my heart. She thinks that it was just one slip up, and I don't know, honestly. I just wanted to block her. How do I deal with this? One quick reaction, then an update. Electro Mad says, I wonder how she'd react if you told your guy friends about her big bazongas and showed them a picture. You have every right to be pissed. She broke your trust by sharing something intimate without your consent. Update. I broke up with her later that day. I realized she had no filter and she was very mature. It was messy, but it would never have worked out. I have been in therapy for years, and talking about this experience has been instrumental in making a breakthrough about myself. I'm incredibly uncomfortable with my masculinity, and it has made me incredibly reluctant to date. I want to be perceived as a boyfriend and be treated like one. I find a lot of male gender roles to be hard to grasp, and I have been playing this role for years. I think this is why I had trouble dating and what made me incredibly uncomfortable about relationships in general. I think I am non-binary. It took me a long time to accept this about myself, but my life has remarkably improved once I came to this understanding. I think it has allowed me to be more confident with people. It has allowed me to do a pick and choose of what behaviors that I want to keep and which I was just doing to fit in as a man. It is complex, but I feel much better about myself with this new understanding of myself. I've been on a few dates last month, and I hit it off really well with a pansexual woman. She's amazing, and I have been on a few dates. They have been great, and the dynamic is different, and she is aware that I am non-binary and happy to work with who I am. I think dating someone who doesn't care about my gender has been the best thing that has happened to me in a long time. We will see where it goes. One final comment from GW Comment Throw. Very glad you've become more comfortable with yourself. That said, how you reacted to her disgusting behavior would have been appropriate no matter what your gender or orientation was. Moving on. My girlfriend's, 23 female, friend kissed me, 24 male, but she's threatening to tell her something else if I say anything. I really don't know what to do. She kissed me in the hallway at my friend's house when we were all drinking last night. My girlfriend was barely getting off from work, so she wasn't there yet. She freaked out when I said I was going to tell my girlfriend. And she said she'd tell her I pushed myself on her to kiss and grope her. She looked completely serious. As in she will, or she'll say I tried worse on her. Then who will my girlfriend believe, since it was just us in the hallway? Everyone else was downstairs. I feel so bad that I didn't tell my girlfriend anything when she got there, and still thinking about it now the next morning. I want to be honest about what her best friend did, but I'm scared she's going to put the blame on me. Update. Sorry to leave you guys hanging. I know many were asking for an update on my post. The last few days have been pretty crazy. For one thing, my girlfriend knows. She was shocked, but I told her the whole thing. Not only about what she did, but the fact that she threatened to lie about me doing worse, and that's why I was afraid to tell her. Also, because I was worried how my girlfriend would react. She was shocked and pretty confused. Like, she wanted to cry. And then I learned something effed up. This isn't the first time her best friend did this. But last time, it was her ex-boyfriend from high school. Only her friend told her that it was the guy who kissed her. My girl believed her friend though, and that's why he's an ex now. She started crying. We hugged and talked some more. Then things got chaotic. Her, now ex-friend, decided to stick with her threat. Told my girlfriend a completely different version where I forced myself on her. Supposedly, covered her mouth and tried to freaking rape her, but she managed to push me off and go with everyone else. Only, my girlfriend didn't believe her crap, and they had a huge fight. Obviously, no longer friends, and my girlfriend was pretty devastated. I hated seeing her so hurt. I wish that this didn't have to happen. Then, to make everything worse, she stuck to her word and lied to all our friends about what happened. Made herself a freaking victim. And told them my girlfriend is supporting a rapist over her own friend. Like seriously, it was freaking crazy. My girlfriend couldn't believe it. That hurt her even more. Our friends had texted her nonstop telling her what a crappy person she is. I'm a freaking monster. And they're encouraging her to file a police report. Which she was planning to do because that's what she told her cousins. That lasted a couple of days. It was so stupid though, because if something like that even happened, why would she not tell someone right away? At least some of our friends who were at the party didn't seem to buy her story. Not all of them, but at least some of them. We got sick of this crap. My girlfriend went over to her house and she convinced her to admit it was a lie. I don't know how she did that. My girlfriend said it took a lot of talking. Plus, she managed to catch some holes in her lies. Then an hour later, she got a text from her saying she's sorry about spreading these rumors and asking if they could talk because she doesn't want their friendship to end this way. Yeah, after kissing me without consent, lying about assault and making my girlfriend seem like a bad guy too, she doesn't want her friendship to end like that. So freaking crazy. It's all drained, to be honest. My girlfriend wasn't in a good place and I felt bad. Tried to be there for her, hugging her whenever she cried and saying how much I love her. We didn't want to do anything for Thanksgiving because of everything, so we came here to stay at a motel by the beach the last 2 days so we could forget about stuff. She's still sad about losing someone she thought she could trust. I'm sad for my girl. Hoping things get better from here now that she's not around. First comment from OK Replacement 7697. Do people already know that it was a lie? What did they say? Does the friend keep asking to be forgiven? People who believed her friend and now know the truth are still her friends? The OP responds, most of them apologized to both of us and deleted some of the crap they said to us on Instagram and Twitter. Some haven't, but I think because they're embarrassed. We blocked her everywhere because she wouldn't stop messaging us. Another thought from Gibson DeQuill, please. Keep that text message. If the friend goes nuclear, you have evidence against her. I'm so sorry you had to deal with all of this. That friend is a monster. She sexually assaulted you. I hope the future is bright for the two of you moving forward. Moving on. My ex, 40 female, is telling my son, 6, to call her husband dad, and I, 29 male, don't like it. For some backstory. My POS ex, 41 female, was married when we started going out, only she didn't seem to think that it was something I'd, 29 male, like to know. She got pregnant, but tried to hide it from me so her husband wouldn't find out she cheated on him. Eventually, I found out about the pregnancy, and that's how the rest was revealed to everyone. He left her, so they were separated during the pregnancy. Then, when my son was born, he didn't want to be responsible for him, so with a lawyer we were able to make sure I was the one on the birth certificate instead of him, since they were still married. I'm my son's biological and legal father. When my son was 6 months old, they got back together and stayed married. We have joint custody, so our time is split equally with our son. Of course, it's still awkward for games and stuff since sometimes her husband goes too. We normally don't talk though. Only me and my ex if it's related to our son. He's spending Thanksgiving with me this year, and earlier when he was talking about how he spent his time over there, he mentioned Dad, taking them somewhere, and I asked him who he was talking about. My son said her husband's name, and apparently Mommy told him to call him Dad. My son's never called her husband anything other than his name, which is why I was confused. Then mad because my ex specifically instructed him to call her husband Dad. I'm not happy with this at all. My brother told me to relax and I'm overreacting. He's taking it as I'm being jealous that my son is calling him Dad, but it would be different if my son wanted to call him that. Not my ex telling him that he needs to, because according to what my son said, she told him her husband is his dad too, so he needs to call him that. I'm a little too heated about it right now. My son says he likes calling him by his name, but he feels bad that it makes her husband sad. At least, that's what she told my son. I don't know what the right way is to confront her about this. Don't want my son caught in the middle of this fight, but I'm not comfortable with what she's doing at all. Silky Lizard has a comment. Tell your son that he has his own rights, and if he doesn't want to do something because it makes him uncomfortable or any other reason that he doesn't have to do it, it's a really good chance to teach this lesson. I don't want to do that, please respect my decision, is something I wish I was taught before. Tell your ex that she needs to respect his wishes, and it's bad to teach him he should do something that makes him uncomfortable just because it makes someone else sad. OP responds, yeah, you're right. I will have this talk with him. Don't want him to think he has to do something that makes him uncomfortable just to please someone else. Next comment from NeutralGood079. Document. Make sure they aren't alienating your son. Nip that now. Make sure son is comfortable calling him what he wants to call him. OP responds, that's my concern. He didn't want to call him that, but his mom made him feel bad because apparently it hurts her husband's feelings when he calls him by his name.